You know that exact feeling. Your jaw clenches, your chest gets tight, your blood starts to run hot. Someone just looked you dead in the eye and said something so deeply disrespectful, it felt like a physical slap. Your heart starts pounding. Your mind races. Every instinct in your body is screaming at you to fight back, to defend yourself, to put them in their place, to make them feel the exact same pain they just inflicted on you. You open your mouth. You are about to unleash a response that will either escalate the situation into a war, or one that you will deeply regret the moment it leaves your lips. But what if I told you there is a better way? What if I told you that the ancient Stoics, the philosophers, the emperors, the warriors who built empires and endured unimaginable hardship, had a secret weapon, a single, simple word that could completely disarm anyone who disrespected them? A word so powerful that it would make the disrespectful person instantly regret what they said. A word so calm that it would make you look like the most unshakable, high-status person in the room. A word that would protect your peace, preserve your dignity, and command respect without you having to raise your voice or stoop to their level. Today, I am going to reveal that word to you. And more importantly, I am going to teach you exactly how to use it, when to use it, and why it works so devastatingly well. This is not about being passive. This is not about being a pushover. This is about mastering the art of emotional control in a world that profits from your reactions. This is about becoming untouchable. Let us begin. Before I reveal the word, we need to understand something fundamental about disrespect. We need to understand why it hurts so much, and why our natural reaction to it is almost always the wrong one. When someone disrespects you, what is really happening? On the surface, it seems like they are attacking you. They are insulting your intelligence, your appearance, your choices, or your character. They are trying to lower your status and elevate theirs. But here is the truth that the Stoics understood better than anyone. Disrespect is never really about you. It is always about them. Think about it. Happy, fulfilled, secure people do not go around disrespecting others. People who are at peace with themselves do not need to tear others down. People who are confident in their own worth do not need to prove it by making others feel small. When someone disrespects you, they are projecting their own insecurity, their own pain, and their own lack of self-worth onto you. They are using you as a mirror to reflect their own internal chaos. Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher who was born a slave and understood the harsh realities of human nature better than most, said this: "When someone provokes you, it is only your own opinion that provokes you." Let that sink in. The disrespect itself does not hurt you. It is your interpretation of it. It is your belief that you should react. It is your ego that says, "How dare they talk to me like that? I need to defend myself." And that is exactly what they want. Because when you react emotionally, you are giving them exactly what they came for. You are giving them power over you. You are proving that they can control your emotional state with just a few words. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, wrote in his private journal, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Think about how radical that is. The most powerful man on earth believed that the best revenge was to simply not become like the person who wronged you, to not stoop to their level, to not let their toxicity infect your character. But how do you actually do that? How do you stand there in the heat of the moment and not react? That is where the one word comes in. The word is, okay. That is it. Just one word. Okay. Now, before you dismiss this as too simple or too weak, let me explain why this word is so devastatingly powerful. When someone disrespects you, they are expecting one of three reactions. You get angry and fight back, you get hurt and show emotion, or you get defensive and try to justify yourself. Any of these reactions gives them the satisfaction of knowing they got under your skin. But when you respond with a calm, measured, emotionless, okay, you completely short-circuit their entire strategy. Let me break down exactly why this works. using the principles of Stoic philosophy. First, okay acknowledges what they said without agreeing with it. You are not ignoring them, which would be immature. You are not arguing with them, which would be reactive. You are simply acknowledging that you heard their words, but you are not giving those words any power over you. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." When you respond with okay, you are creating that delay. You are taking a moment to process, to breathe, and to choose your response rather than being controlled by your emotions. Second, okay is completely neutral. It carries no emotional charge. It is not aggressive, it is not passive-aggressive, and it is not sarcastic. It is just okay. When someone insults you and you respond with okay, you are essentially saying, "I hear what you said, but it does not affect me. It does not change how I feel about myself. It does not give you any power over me." This is the essence of Stoic emotional control. The Stoics believed that external events have no power over us unless we give them that power. When you respond with okay, you are demonstrating that your self-worth is not determined by their opinion of you. Third, okay forces them to sit with the awkwardness of what they just said. When someone insults you and you respond with okay, there is a moment of silence, an uncomfortable pause, and in that pause, they are forced to confront what they just did. They are forced to realize that their insult did not land, that they look petty and small for saying it in the first place. This is the mirror effect. When you respond with calm neutrality, you are holding up a mirror to their behavior, showing them exactly how ridiculous they are being, without you having to say a single extra word. Now, let me give you some practical examples of how to use this in real life. Example 1. The workplace disrespect. You are in a meeting. A coworker makes a snide comment about your work. They say, "Well, that is one way to do it. I guess not everyone can be detail-oriented." Your instinct is to fire back and defend your work. Instead, you look at them calmly, pause for a moment, say, "Okay." Then you continue with the meeting. What just happened? You completely neutralized their attempt to undermine you. You maintained your professionalism and your dignity. In front of everyone else, you looked like the mature, unshakable person in the room. Meanwhile, they look petty and insecure. Example 2. The family disrespect. You are at a family gathering. Your aunt makes a passive-aggressive comment about your life choices. She says, "It is nice that you are following your dreams. I just hope you have a backup plan in case reality does not work out." Your instinct is to snap back and tell her to mind her own business. Instead, you smile slightly and say, "Okay." Then you change the subject. What just happened? You did not let her negativity infect your day. You protected your peace and your energy, showing her without words that her opinion of your life does not matter to you. Example 3. The stranger disrespect. You are driving. Someone cuts you off, flips you off, and yells out their window. Your instinct is to honk and let your anger consume you. Instead, you take a deep breath and say to yourself, "Okay." Then you let it go and continue driving. What just happened? You chose your peace over your pride. You did not let a stranger's bad day ruin yours. You embodied the Stoic principle that you cannot control other people, but you can control your response to them. Now, I want to address the objection that is probably forming in your mind right now. But will not people think I am weak? Will not they think they can walk all over me if I just say okay to everything? This is a common misconception. People confuse being unreactive with being weak. But the opposite is true. There is nothing weak about maintaining your composure in the face of disrespect. In fact, it takes immense strength to respond with okay. It takes incredible self-discipline to not react impulsively. It takes true confidence to not need to prove yourself to every person who tries to tear you down. The Stoics knew that true strength is not about how hard you can hit. It is about how much you can endure without losing yourself. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you consistently respond to disrespect with calm neutrality, people start to respect you more, not less. People are drawn to those who are unshakable. They respect those who have mastered themselves. This is the Stoic paradox of power. The less you react, the more powerful you become. Now, let me teach you how to deliver okay in the most effective way. Because the word itself is only half the equation. How you say it matters just as much. First, your tone must be completely neutral. Not sarcastic, not angry. Just calm and measured. Like you are acknowledging that you heard them, but it did not affect you at all. Second, your body language must be relaxed. Do not tense up. Do not cross your arms. Keep your posture open. This shows that you are not threatened by their disrespect. Third, maintain eye contact, but do not stare them down. Look at them calmly. Say okay, and then either continue with what you were doing or walk away. Do not linger. Do not wait for their response. Just move on. Fourth, and this is crucial, after you say okay, do not ruminate on it. Do not replay the conversation in your head. Let it go. Focus on what matters. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Other people's opinions of us are outside our control. Our response to those opinions is within our control. When you say okay and let it go, you are focusing your energy only on what you can control. Let me share a story that illustrates this perfectly. There is a famous anecdote about Cato the Younger, one of the most respected Stoic philosophers in ancient Rome. Cato was known for his unwavering integrity and his ability to remain calm in the face of provocation. One day, a man walked up to Cato in the public forum and spit in his face. Imagine that. Someone literally spits in your face in front of a crowd. What would you do? Most people would explode with rage, but Cato did not do that. He did not get angry. He did not strike the man back. Instead, Cato calmly wiped his face and said, "I will swear to anyone who doubts it that you are wrong when you say that people who spit on others are good for nothing." Then he walked away. Cato could have had the man executed, but he chose to rise above the insult. He chose to demonstrate that the man's actions had no power over him. And you know what happened? The man was so humiliated by Cato's calm response that he never disrespected anyone again. Cato's non-reaction was more powerful than any retaliation could have been. This is the power of okay. When you refuse to be provoked, you become untouchable. Now, I want to give you a quick framework for when to use okay and when to use a different response. Use okay when the disrespect is minor and not worth your energy. Use it when the person is a stranger or a toxic coworker who does not matter in the grand scheme of your life. Use it when you are in a public setting and do not want to escalate the situation. Use a different response when the disrespect is a pattern. If someone consistently disrespects you, you need to set boundaries. Okay is for one-time incidents. For patterns of behavior, you need to have a direct conversation. Also, if the disrespect is happening in a close relationship, like with your partner, you cannot just say okay and ignore it. You need to address it directly and calmly. The key is to use okay strategically to protect your peace, but do not use it as a way to avoid addressing legitimate issues. Finally, what if saying okay feels like you are suppressing your emotions? This is a valid concern. The Stoics did not believe in suppressing emotions. They believed in processing them and choosing how to respond. When you say okay, you are choosing not to act on them impulsively. You are giving yourself a moment to process what happened and choose a response that aligns with your values. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. Over time, saying okay will become your default response to disrespect. And when that happens, you will experience true inner peace. You will realize that your worth is not determined by how others treat you. This is the ultimate goal of Stoicism. Not to be unfeeling, but to be unshakable. Let me leave you with this final thought. The next time someone disrespects you, remember this. They are not attacking you. They are attacking their own insecurity. They are projecting their own pain onto you. And you have a choice. You can react, get angry, and let them control your emotional state. Or you can look at them calmly and say, okay, and in that moment you take your power back. You become untouchable, as Marcus Aurelius wrote. Choose not to be harmed, and you will not feel harmed. Do not feel harmed, and you have not been harmed. The disrespect only harms you if you let it. But if you can stand there in the face of disrespect and say, okay, you are choosing to remain whole, you are choosing to protect your peace, and that is true power. So the next time someone disrespects you, do not react. Just look at them calmly and say, okay. Then walk away, move on. Focus on what matters. Watch how quickly your life changes. Watch how much more peace you have. Watch how much more respect you command. Because when you stop giving your power away to every person who tries to disrespect you, you start to reclaim your life. Remember the words of Epictetus. It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Choose your reaction wisely. Choose peace over conflict. Choose dignity over drama. Choose okay over anger. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message.